everyone, my name is Marissa. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, but there are endless wonderful things that I could say about Tyler and all the work that he's helped me with over the past few years. I met him a couple years ago because I was diagnosed with PCOS in 2017, and if you have PCOS or are part of that world, you know, one, how difficult it is to be diagnosed in the first place, but two, how difficult it is to manage because there are no medications that help with the management of PCOS on the market. It is simply done through diet and exercise. So I was seeing a nutritionist at the time, and Tyler came very highly recommended from them because I had just graduated high school, so I was no longer playing sports, and I had to start going to the gym and navigate how to do all of that on top of having all the pressures of the PCOS, which makes it very difficult for me to lose weight and to keep that weight off. But from the jump, Tyler was very kind, very understanding, and a very good listener. I actually only met with him in person one time. He's about an hour away from me, so I drove to where he was stationed at the time, and he looked at my mobility, and we talked about some of the issues that I dealt with on the daily, and he set up kind of a comprehensive plan for me. And I was seeing him, all throughout college, but completely online, which was totally awesome for me because I never would have been able to use his services otherwise because I was going to school. So he would put the workouts together, and then I would go into the app and see them, and I would get to do them on my own. And if I had any questions for him, he's super responsive, so I could just send him a video of me and ask him, hey, can you check my form? Does this look okay? And normally within the hour, he'd get back to me and let me know whether or not I was doing things correctly, which luckily I usually was because his training is just very helpful that way. My biggest success with him, and something I am so beyond grateful for, is that we actually reversed my PCOS. So now when I go to the doctor, they actually tell me you no longer test for PCOS, which is incredible because if you know anything about polycystic ovarian syndrome, you know that it takes forever to be diagnosed and then it takes forever to make it go away. And Tyler and he helped me do that in less than 3 years. So it was a really incredible moment for me. It happened sort of recently, a couple months ago now, maybe, but I'm kind of still riding the high because I struggled every single day for years. And as a child, I was 17 in 2017, so I had struggled for a really long time. And I was afraid that it was never going to go away, that it was never going to get better. But now I feel like a normal person working out, which is also crazy because I never liked going to the gym or even the idea of going to the gym before I met Tyler, and now going is my favorite hobby. But I am putting on muscle like a normal person, and I feel like I'm working out and feeling good like someone without PCOS does because now I am someone without PCOS. But he was fantastic throughout the whole journey. Things fluctuate a lot when you have PCOS, and so I could see several times where he would have been justified in being frustrated or quitting or throwing in the towel, and he never did. He never made me feel like my case was more difficult than his other clients. Never made it seem like he didn't know what to do because he always knew what to do. He always had a solution for me, and quite quickly too. If I had a question for him and he didn't feel like he was an authority on the subject, he has a whole network of people that he works with, and it feels comfortable asking them questions on my behalf. So he's always learning new things for his clients, and he's always going up to bat for them no matter what is going on and how difficult things are. So Tyler came very highly recommended to me, and now I recommend him to everybody I know because his services are fantastic. I have never had somebody in my life, especially with the PCOS, who has been so proactive, who has been so willing to ask other people questions for me, who has been willing to keep learning new things in an attempt to help me. and who has been so positive yet realistic at the same time. It just makes working with him an absolute breeze, and you actually come to enjoy fitness. So if there was ever a doubt in your mind that Tyler was not the person to go with and this is not the program for you, put the doubts away, because he has blown me away throughout the entire process.